there, and hopefully welcome back to another video with me and Robyn. In this one it's lunging part 2, even though it is literally just the second time we've been lunging. It wasn't on the same day. This is us working on getting a lot of her energy out, because we just upped her food intake because she was looking a little bit poor, and she had quite a fair bit of energy left over. So as you'll see at the start of this video, the reason I'm waving the end of the lunge line around is because my arm actually wasn't strong enough at the moment to hold the lunge whip that we've got, because it's quite long and quite substantially heavy, and I couldn't spin round fast enough to go with her, so instead I just used the end of the lunge line to try and encourage her to go forward, which at this point in time I don't think she really needed. Later on in the video it only takes about 2 minutes for her to start getting a little bit more tired. It also shows quite well actually that we started her off by accident on her stronger rein, so this is why she's a lot more forward and a lot more excitable on this side. But it's quite entertaining to watch, because she flagpoles her tail up and she sort of prances around. She's beautiful but also quite funny at the same time. So you can see, in comparison to the first video we did, we now have Robyn going more forward. She's not necessarily working better, but she's certainly better on the lunge, and I'm certainly doing better on the lunge. It's not perfect at all by any means. However, our next step, I believe, after this was working on keeping her outside. You'll see quite often she'll come into my circle quite a fair bit, or especially later on in these videos she will turn on me at one point. Not in a bad way, sort of in a bad way. But yeah, we worked through that eventually, and if you keep watching our videos I can tell you it does get a lot better. So you can start to see here that after roughly about 4 minutes of lunging, she's really starting to get tired, or at least bored, which I can totally understand, of just going around in circles. She's not so willing to go forward anymore, and she's keeping very tight and close to me. So at this point, due to seeing the explosion of energy she had at the start, I was unsure whether or not she was actually tired or if she would just become bored with the exercise. So I switched to a bit of in-hand trotting. I get her to go around in a loop, just doing some trot poles, try and work her back a bit more, and hopefully try and get her to be more aware of sort of my personal space. She does walk into me at one point by accident, bless her. She's quite clumsy. She has walked into a door with us before already, so it's just to try and get her more aware, really, and to see how much energy she had left. She was very settled, she did the work well, so at the end of this I just walked her straight back in, and she was done for today. Thank you for getting to the end of this video. If you'd like to see our progress or just watch more of our story and be alerted for updates with us, please feel free to subscribe and comment below if you have any questions or any suggestions for me. This is a couple of months behind me editing, unfortunately, because I just haven't had time to get around to it, but I will happily take your comments on board.